What's up, coaches? Hope you guys are doing well. Here's our video for Wednesday. So we're doing a very similar approach today with the snatch in comparison to yesterday with the clean. For the warm-up, make sure you talk about the reps going down, the load going up, and discuss a little bit in very brief language how snatch is a skill. The only way that we're ever going to make true progression is if we're patient, and we can't go up in weight unless we have both speed and position. All right, so yes, the reps are going down, the weight is going up, but it's okay to stay at the same weight if you're still focusing on nailing down those things. So power snatch with 1 second pause at the knee and in the catch. This is going to be done for the duration of the entire warm-up. So it's going to look like this: pulling from the floor, pause at the knee, and then in the catch position and stand. All right. The goal with that, we're working on the hips not flying up too fast in that first pull, and then we're actually developing speed and position in the third pull with the catch in the receiving position. We want to stay with the fitness track. If you guys haven't been doing this, please do this. You want to have them practice with the empty bar or PVC for the warm-up. We know that they're going to be doing something different for the actual working sets, but have them practice with the PVC or the empty training bar more than likely, so they can start to develop that snatch-based skill. Lateral lunge to driving knee. All right, couldn't find a good link for this one based on the way that I want to do it. We're not going to go with a super deep lunge. I'm going to start in a squat position that's wide. It kind of looks like a sumo deadlift, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to lunge to one side lightly and then drive. Lunge lightly and then drive. Lunge lightly and then drive. So I'm not doing like this Cossack style squat where I'm lunging all the way down and then driving. All I'm doing is a light lunge, drive up. Light lunge, drive up. Okay? We'll do 5 on each side with that lateral lunge to knee drive. And then we have a 30-foot bear crawl to finish it off. Okay, so make sure you go over the tracks with everybody. That should happen at the beginning of the warm-up. Talk about the power snatch from the floor for the competitor group, the hang power snatch for the performance group, and then kettlebell swings ideally are continually just moving up 5 pounds heavier than last session. That's not always going to happen. That can be a big deal for a lot of kettlebell swings. So speed, technique, just like with the snatch. We're continuing to work on ring push-ups, ring dips. All right, so small sets of tough, yes, but perfect practice. No muscle failure. People are getting better at these. I'm starting to see lots of improvement over the course of the weeks. All right, can't wait to see how many people do when they actually max on this again. So now what we're going to be doing is the same power-based format every 2 minutes, 7 cycles. All right, they're doing both movements back to back. You should feel like you have a lot of time to both coach, and athletes have a lot of time to rest between sets. This is great for that snatch-based day. Get in there and make some good cues. All right, let's talk about the workout. So this is our 30-second on, 30-second off interval. This will remain a staple for the remainder of the horsepower cycle. So you guys kind of are starting to understand here, this is that anaerobic energy system. We want to test power output with a short duration, but then the ability to repeat that power output with a 1-to-1 work to rest ratio. So what we're going to do today is we're going to be rotating between 3 different movements. We have 30 seconds on the ski erg, 30-second break, 30 seconds of dumbbell sprawl to deadlift, 30-second break, and 30 seconds of a goblet style loaded step up. All right, so let's go over each one. On the ski, 85 to 90% posture, and then dropping the hips to create power. If you don't have a ski erg, slam balls work great right here. The dumbbell sprawl to deadlift, we want continuous movement from start to finish within that 30 seconds. It's probably a lighter approach to the dumbbells because we are chasing intensity, not necessarily weight. All right, range of motion and speed beats load. So we want to scale down to a lighter weight or even body weight with these to make sure that athletes are getting after it for that full 30 seconds. Same thing with the box step ups. The box step ups, we're looking for high heart rate. So if we're loading, we want this to be a relatively light load for that particular movement, strong upright torso and stable hips. So stable hips, it generally ties in with the torso, but if they're stepping up and the hips are shooting back, torso is falling forward, that's a cue that that weight is too heavy or the step is too high and you need to make something easier so that when they step, they can maintain this upright torso and the hip right in line with the shoulder. All right. So athletes can alternate here with a goal of balanced reps, but they can do it how they choose. You're not going to make them do like 15 seconds right, 15 seconds left. The foot can stay on top. I like this style of step up better because it accomplishes more work. So what that means is, as I'm going to keep my foot on top of this step as I step up and back down. My foot staying up and back down. My foot staying up and back down. And then I'm going to switch whenever I feel like it. All right? So I'm not stepping up and then down and then up and then down. That foot is staying up on top. I can accumulate way more reps and I can accumulate a lot more muscle stamina and fatigue with that style. All right? Logistics here, it's important that you run the primer because you're likely going to have multiple people within that 3-station group. So run that primer so they know exactly how they're rotating, as well as you'll get a feel for if the loads fit the stimulus that we're after. All right. Strength should be pretty easy by now. You guys know what's up. Make sure you start half the room at 0, half the room at 1. All right. Excited about this day. Making a lot of progress in the snatch. A lot of that is because you guys are making such great cues and really getting after it. So appreciate it. Hope y'all have a good one. See ya.